Well, ladies and gentlemen, I did the tree lounge, the older model, the square tubing, and I figured I'd go ahead and show the lighter version. This is when they, I guess, sold or either tried to figure out how to do it a little bit lighter. This is the D model, where it's the frame shape as in a D. But I've already got it put to the tree. There ain't no sense in beating a dead horse about how to put a stand to a tree. I mean, everybody pretty much well knows that. If you don't and you need to see it, let me know. Be more than happy to take it back off, put it back together, show you from there. But anyhow, let me flip this around. There it is. Same configuration, same thing as the old one that they first come out with. Now this is supposed to be powder coated, baked on paint, but you can see it's through the years of being used, it's knocked that off. I got the gun holders on it. Things they done different is this and this tightens up where this don't cling and clang when you go up. If you don't have the bow adapter to it, you can keep this pulled in to that part there where it will be a little more compact. Another thing they did with this model is let me see where it's at. There's the pin, there it is, right there. It's one of them little safety pins. I think it's right there. No, that's for the, let me think of what I got here now. Because that pin is supposed to lock in when this goes to the top up here when you're carrying it, and that pin will hook to that to keep this from rattling on the inside. These holes are for, they sell a shooting rest, a gun rest with it. Why they don't need a gun rest on it is, but you know, that's what they did. I've got extra screws on mine, which is overkill, but I'm the firm believer, better have it than not need it, than to need it, not have it. Anyhow, it's the same thing. And this is the old safety belt from the old stand that ties you to the tree stand itself. Now, I will probably be taking that off and using a tree harness, just because I've used that years and years and years and never had no worries, no complaints, no bothers, never got in the way. It's just, if that stand starts to fall and you're connected to the stand, that's something that's going to say hello to you. Oh lordy, some of my bolts done got a little loose. But as you can see, the sling seat, I do have a chill pad which lays in here and kind of keeps the air from freezing your backside. They have come up with the strap that hooks, and you're supposed to pull this tight, which my preference, I'd probably put a ratchet strap on this and ratchet it here, you know, to pull it tight. But that's it. That's same thing as the old one, just the frame is shaped as a D and it makes it a little bit lighter. Now, like with the other model where I showed the older kind, a lot of people put these straps in here and connect down here, but I found when you're climbing that it has a tendency that strap get caught up in the cleat, and then when you go to stand up, you have to set back down and remove the strap and keep adjusting. But if you throw them off on the side like that, it kind of keeps them away from the tree. Getting in it's like anything else. like when you just step here, if you got the bow adapter, step over the bar and then straddle the seat and commence to climbing. Now a lot of people, they say they got other stands, which, you know, you do what you feel like you got, you know, works best for you. I will keep saying it all day long. If you're gonna make an all-day hunt out of something, or you're gonna hunt quite a few hours, so you go in before daylight and you ain't gonna come down till 1 or 2, you can't beat the comfort of this right here. See, it still has the old logo of it, old phone number, but they have since then went out of business. You can find them online and stuff like that, but as far as a business, I've yet to know a business that's actually doing them, selling them and stuff. But yes, and then you up here. Now this does feel a little bouncy once you hear, but you ain't going nowhere. This thing, and you see, I'm on one side of the stand bouncing. It ain't moving. It ain't trying to move. As far as turning loose from the tree, now you're gonna have a little give here and there, right there, like that. But as far as sitting in here, you ain't gonna beat the comfort. Unless there's something out there that I don't know about. And if there is, please somebody tell me. This old stand right here, you can adjust it however you want it. But this ain't like regular climbing stands. This stand, you have to actually have this and more try to make it level. And as you go up, it'll tilt down. Where, you know, regular climbing stands, you got to have them at an angle like that, and then they'll level out. But it's a nice stand, man. You can see it ain't turning loose. I think I hurt my shoulder right there. But yeah, it's a nice stand. They are heavy. They got some, you know, cons to them, but as far as the pros outweigh it. You know, if you're, like I said, if you're gonna spot hunt and jump hunt, and you're gonna go hunt here for a couple hours, go over the ridge, hunt a couple hours, go over the next ridge, hunt a couple hours, you ain't gonna want this one. I mean, you can do it. If you're in shape, you can do it. It'll be a workout for you, but you can do it. But they are a lot lighter stands that you can tote around. It'll give you comfort and do about, you know, what you need. But as far as just going and you're gonna sit there most of the day or all day, it's hard to beat this one. Now I know there's a couple of more. I think there's Doc's recliner, I think, come out. Somebody, I think a Gunslinger, something like that. And there's other ones though. I think, if I ain't mistaken, the Gunslinger, I'm thinking that's the one now. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But it sits where you're facing the tree. And this one, you know, you got your back to the tree. You can see everything in front of you. Just like with the other one, you just, you know, you have a tree blocking right in your face. Now, you can make and break any stand if you're trying to show, you know, the best stand, which, you know, I'll say this one, from my personal opinion, the Tree Lounge is the best stand as far as comfort and all-day sitting. And then, to me, it's the safest. Now, you got other stands. Summit's got a bunch of stands out. Somebody said something about the Cadillac stands and stuff like that. Now, I never sat in one of the Cadillac stands. I've sat in Old Baker stand. I've sat in a Cottonwood stand made by Warren and Sweat.